is when they actually run out of the tunnel about to kick off or receive.
There's the big man Greg Inglis shaking hands with Josh Jackson, the opposing captains. Canterbury's hooker Michael Leisha placing the ball. John Sutton, one of about 6 remaining from the grand final victory in 2014.
Make sure we're behind.
Eastern side of the ground, bathed in sunshine of about 33 degrees. And here's the kickoff to the Good Friday match again between South and Canterbury. Johnston, he could have easily positioned himself with his foot on the dead ball and taken that on the full, and he would have got a penalty. As it was, he came down with the ball a millimetre inside the dead ball line. You see that? That's why they should stand on the dead ball line, and then they would know exactly where they are. So South Sydney then have come up the ground, and John Sutton it is that dances up to the opposition, and he'll play the ball about 15 metres on his own side of halfway as the hooker Damien Cook takes it away. No Robbie Farah on the bench, so Damien probably will have to play AV. Ball going down to Brett Morris, playing over on the left side of the ground.
He's a real danger this afternoon for the Bulldogs. Damien Cook out of dummy half. He did play the 80 last week, lightning fast. And gives him a really nice dimension around that play the ball area as Fatala Mariner brings the ball forward. And a good run over halfway carrying players.
Bit of gravel in the voice there of P. Sterling. He's got a rap on this fella, Fatala Mariner. Now it comes away to Mbai linking up with his backs and giving it to Hopewati. A man that had to shuffle up to the centres to make way for Mbai to play at full back. Dean Pay didn't waste any time when he arrived at Belmore. He just said, hey, come here, you're playing number 1. And now Foran puts a kick in. They go up and come down, and the Souths have got the ball. And he might be offside, this fella, is he? No, it's going to be a scrum, and Canterbury are going to get the feed.
Yeah, Montoya goes high and gets the ball, knocks it backwards. And then Hopewati gets the ball. I think Cody Walker strips the ball. Then he's picked up and thrown over the sideline. Is that what happened?
Yep.
That's what happened.
And I think because the ball carrying arm didn't touch the ground and it was only millimetres away, they said that the tackle hadn't been completed and he could be bundled over the sideline. It was a line ball one, but favourable for the Dogs.
Just looking at the South Sydney defence line, Gagai's over to the wing and Hunt has pushed in one to the centres. Played then by Tolman, back of the scrum these days for him. Now for Woods, 150 today. Chance for Leisha.
He's short, leave it. Cameron!
You heard it from the man himself, the ref. He's short.
Wait.
So he plays it back. The ball to come away to Foran. He's put down 10 metres out. So Leisha again. And this is Marshall King, young brother of Benji. 7 or 8 away from South's line. South's defending down on the southern end of the ground. Clemmer. And David will play the ball. 5 gone for the blue and white. Back now for Foran again. He cuts out a player that was knocked on, I fancy, by Mbai. Referee said it went back. Advantage applied. Ball came down to Crichton. And Crichton will play at 25 out. Almost certain Mbai knocked on, and he rightly played the advantage. Now the penalty goes to South to clear.
There was a wayward pass. I think it was Kieran Foran. He missed the mark. He did have an extra player out there, but it was nullified as Greg Inglis takes a quickish tap and picks up 12. They did well there, South Sydney. The first time they've had to defend their line, they did it comfortably.
So Jennings it was that went into dummy half, and the ball played by John Sutton. Cook gets it on. And it's gone over now to the lock forward, Cameron Murray. So Souths visiting Canterbury's end of the ground for the first time. Dewey got that ball back, and South Sydney to play the ball 25 out from the line. Played by the 5'8" Cody Walker. Now Tom Burgess in number 8. 15 out, last tackle. And this is Dewey with the ball. He goes across the face. Sutton gets it on. Walker came in. Here's a chance for Jennings. No.
And we got a Canterbury player in trouble here.
It's Moses Mbai.
Jennings is down as well.
Oh, there's blood on his chin.
A set play there from South Sydney, one of their favourites, and it created space on the outside, but the cover defence was in numbers and solid. Good ball from Alex Johnson to his winger, and Jennings, who got a hat-trick last week, his eyes lit up. He thought he got another one early, but they come across.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's why the number 1 for Canterbury has stayed down.
Oh, he may have broken his jaw here, Moses. Oh.
And Robert Jennings in trouble as well.
So we'll pause and come back to Good Friday football in just a moment.
Greg, go on defence. You need to be back there. You need to hold for us, mate. When he plays the ball, he can go, not beforehand. Okay? When he plays the ball.
Well, there's the scene down in the northwestern corner. It's like a car crash down there, and they're worried whether Moses might have damaged a cheekbone or a jaw.
There's the blood there on his neck. It was a nice variation from the Rabbitohs. They hit the lead runner in John Sutton to try to stop that up and in defence. Very aggressive defence coming from out wide. Dewey throws the ball to Sutton. That stops the defence, so they cannot rush up and cut it off. Eventually Montoya rushes up on Johnson, but because they threw the ball to the back rower and Sutton, it stopped that flying aggressive up and in defence. And then look at the commitment there from the Bulldogs. 3 players over it. Moses Mbai throws everything at Robert Jennings.
So I've got no doubts Brad will get us the information on both these players as soon as possible. In fact, I think he's got something now, Brad.
Yeah, Robert Jennings not only got a cut above his eye, he also had his shoulders checked, so in the collision maybe something's happened to one of his shoulders, but he doesn't seem too bad. But Moses, he seems like he's in another world at the moment. I've got to say that I don't think we'll see Moses back, and what a big shame. He's been a real highlight for the Dogs. But Robert doesn't look too bad just walking past me at the moment.
That's a huge blow for both teams. Jenny's been in good form as well. They have got a specialist winger coming off the interchange in Braden Burns. So he slots onto that left wing. But for the Bulldogs, it will mean a reshuffle. Popolate back to fullback, you would imagine.
So Aaron Woods playing his 150th game. First grade game, of course, the bulk of his career, in fact his entire career as a Tiger. And this is David Clemmer playing it just outside the 20-metre line. Kieran Foran attacks the blind side. 9 metres out, 5 gone. Leisha dummy half. It's gone back then for Marshall King. Kick looks good into the sun. Oh, batted down from Morris to Morris, and Josh Morris scores for Canterbury-Bankstown.
Yeah, great understanding there between the brothers, and it was a deliberate play. No intention of Brett Morris to catch this football. He was always batting it back to a teammate.
Last tackle.
Not quite sure why we're going upstairs. It looked good.
Can you confirm there's no knock on in that catch, please?
All right, we're looking to see if there's any knock on here in the catch, but it appeared as though he was able to do it all in the one motion. Looking into the sun over that way as well, makes it a little bit tougher for the South Sydney defenders. Brett climbs side. No, he just bats it back with his left hand. No intention to catch that football at all. And Josh Morris had looped around and gets another one.
Brett Morris knocks the ball backwards.
Got one in his 200th game last week. He gets another one this afternoon.
Josh Morris grounds the ball in the in goal. He got a decision.
That's smart play there from Brett Morris.
It was a lovely kick from Marshall King.
He makes it look easy in slow motion, but to time the run and then to hit the ball back perfectly.
It's telepathic, isn't it? Is that the word? These brothers.
Sounds like a good word, Ray, to describe it. And that reshuffle has seen Josh Jackson go to right centre and Popolani to fullback. But it's the same formation on the left-hand side for Canterbury.
Absolutely perfection from Canterbury, from the Morris twins, and Josh gets the try. Wally on the sideline.
Oh, the perfection that went with that, don't you? These teams, well, they practice it week in, week out, and they probably don't get a lot of reward for it. But when they do, you've got to admire the accuracy that's been displayed. That couldn't have come off any better. Perfectly executed.
Wow.
He better not claim that, Kieran.
Tiny run here.
It is on the ladies' side, but we're close there.
So Greg Inglis it is that starts us into this next section of the game. An explosive start. This is Montoya talking about explosive.
Great play, David Clemmer. Two-handed offload. It was a safe pass. He needs to do more in his game, David Clemmer. Mix it up a bit. Great play.
Andrew John's been doing a little bit of sneaky goal-kicking work with Kieran Foran, have you?
When I was at Manly, when Kieran was there, he'd sometimes practice his goal kicking. I'd say, maybe go and practice your kickoffs. You saw reverse swing there from Kieran.
There's a good run from Michael Leisha. Support from Tolman. Swerves around another. Tolman gives it. Oh, I think he would have made it himself.
I agree. It was touched by a South Sydney defender, so it's back to the start of the tackle count.
Canterbury pressing hard. Marshall King puts a step on. And a penalty goes. He was playing an advantage. South's offside.
Well, great work from Michael Leisha. Straight through the middle of the opposing ruck. Through a dummy. I don't know whether that was an intended one. And when he found Tolman, I'm with you, Ray. I think he might have got there himself as Clemmer inside the 10.
In fact, there's the try line. He's only 5 away. It's another penalty. Be careful, Souths. They'll use the bin, as was promised last night on one occasion in Townsville. They're going to take the 2. We'll take a break and be back in just a moment. 6-0 the score.
Yes, yeah. David.
Kieran Foran, who potted that goal to convert the Josh Morris try from the sideline. And he's got this one right in front. And and Foran gets his second goal of the day. And Canterbury lead at 8 points to 0. Still very early in the game.
Isn't it great to see Michael Leisha playing to his strength, running the ball? Dummy. And then Tolman. Dummy. I don't know. His hamstrings started to scream then.
Well, this looks again, Michael Leisha, who's on camera, this looks like the Michael Leisha they bought from Cronulla. One of the reasons they bought him from Cronulla.
And that's why he was a star young player in the under-20s, because of his work out of dummy half. Aidan Tolman bringing it back now. We saw it in the last 3 matches last season. And he just looked like a different player, and they look like a different team. And we've got a penalty against the side with the football for just rolling it back.
Brad Fittler, is there an update from the emergency ward?
Not as yet. Not as yet. Not everyone knows the Zen by, but when we get a bit of time later, I'll give you an idea of the level of discomfort the players are going through at the moment.
This is Crichton.
Now, David.
Was Aidan Tolman penalised?
And Damien Cook goes away for Tom Burgess now.
Square mark, Aaron.
South Sydney down 8-0 as it comes away. Dewey on, it comes from Walker to Johnston. So Alex, who has scored 18 tries in his last 8 games here, gets a penalty. Sutton takes the tap. It's gone over through Cook and picked up Murray. Cameron Murray playing the ball 8 metres out from the line. We're down at the northern end, the river end of the ground now. And coming back and working his way towards the uprights is Crichton again. Cook then for Sam Burgess, back to Walker. It's come out to the number 20. That's Burns, who took the place of Jennings. Greg Inglis dummy half. Then Walker. Long ball to Cook. They're in the centre of the park. It's gone to Dewey. And he will play the ball about 15 out from the line. Cook then steps out from dummy half and gets the ball back for Tom Burgess, but it's another penalty for South Sydney. Canterbury up inside the 10. Cook looking for instructions from his playmakers, and Murray it is that surges to within, as you can see, a couple of metres. Now to Dewey and away to Walker, and he goes short, looking long to Sutton. Pulled down by the 15 for Canterbury. Fualalo. Now it's gone away to Walker. Walker trying to step them. Gets a fend on one of the Canterbury defenders, Marshall King. Will play the ball again. A short margin from the try line. Cook fires one away. Dewey! 2 metres out.
Yeah, they're a bit short this side, the Bulldogs. Well, it's a slow play the ball.
So they've come this way that Peter's talking about, and it's out to Sutton. One-handed take by Burns, and then he's pulverised by Montoya over the top. This is the laugh. Greg's going to have a dig, but that's the end of it.
They'll never square the markers.
Markers not square. Geez, we've heard that somewhere before in the last week. So it's another penalty, and the warning has gone out.
A string of penalties, and it started with one from the attacking team not playing the ball properly.
So Cook, Dewey, the ball hitting Johnston on the chest, and he's pulled down by Josh Morris.
Great tackle, great read there from Josh Morris.
To the middle now for Sam Burgess, and he does a complete 360, comes out the other side, puts the ball under the bar. Oh, he's a ballet dancer. Look at the crowd. Is it a try? He's pirouetted. No try.
He'll go to the line and he'll pirouette, he'll look on the outside, but when he comes and spins and comes back, his brother Tom Burgess is on the inside support. Just keep your eye on his brother on the inside. He gets in the way of Michael Leisha. That's a no try. Sam will spin. Keep your eye on his brother on the inside there. He gets in the way of Michael Lucia. Look, Michael Lucia, he milks the play. And a smart play by Lucia. This is a no try.
Yeah, well, in close quarters like that, the decision-making time for the defender is...
Jeez, it was a poor miss from Aaron Woods.
...is instant, so it's no try. But that's Sam Burgess all over, isn't it? Perseverance, effort. And we had 4 or 5 penalties in a row there, and I thought Aidan Tolman was actually a little bit hardly dealt with. He doesn't get his foot on it, but just have a look at this. I think he makes an effort, certainly more of an effort than we've seen some players make. He gets it back, and I've seen worse ones like that let go.
And the unfortunate thing, the Bulldogs had all the momentum, and they earned that momentum by the way they're playing. Then for the last 5 minutes, they've had 5 penalties given against them.
Yeah, that's not what you get a penalty for or give one away for in that play the ball infringement. When you make no effort, when you tunnel ball it, fair enough. But he tried to get his foot on it and only marginally missed.
So Woods it is that'll play the ball just beyond the 30-metre line, and Foran gets it on to Faitala Mariner. Play back to Hopewati. Now for Tolman, then Foran. This is for Alalo, and a good tackle shook him up. He lost the ball. Penalty goes to South as an offside player where the ball was. And Brad, an update on the injuries.
Yeah, there's no confirmation of what injury it is if there is an injury, but Moses Mboy will not be coming back.
So Souths with Angus Crichton taking it just into Canterbury's territory. So 8-0 to score, 17 minutes gone in this traditional Good Friday clash between the Rabbitohs and the Bulldogs. The Kennel versus the Burrow. And this is Burns with a handoff to Inglis. And then it's away to Sam Burgess, who play the ball on the 30-metre line. So Cook, and now for Walker, and then for Dewey. The ball bounces away out to Morris. And that's Brett over there playing the ball on the 20-metre line.
Well, they've done well with their up and in defence, Canterbury. The wayward pass there from Dewey. And he's the tallest number 7 I think I've ever seen. Just making that tackle there now. He's up there alongside John Sutton and Greg Inglis in height.
Play then creeping back into South's end of play. That's Clemmer. And the last tackle is with us now. 18.5 gone, 8-0 in favour of the Bulldogs as Foran gets it rolling end on end, and it's going over the dead ball line. So it's a 7-tackle set for South back at the 20.
He was looking for touch there. Kieran Foran trying to grab the ball into touch. He got pressured from the inside, which rushed his kick as Gagai takes off.
Gagai and Inglis both yet to score a try this year.
Brad Fittler on the sideline can see a little bit of activity down there in regards to the South Sydney winger.
Yeah, that's right. Robert Jennings is just getting strapped up. He's only ended up with just a cut above the eye. I was assured that there was nothing wrong with the shoulders, so he's ready to go. Inspirational
run from Sam Burgess. Now it's gone to Greg Inglis. And he's pulled down just outside the 30-metre line. One-handed pick-up, Sutton. Then to Walker. Walker to Cook. Cook goes out behind Burgess. It's come to Crichton. He steps out of a tackle, gets it back to Sutton. He lofts the ball over the top then. And this is Burns, knocked down by the Canterbury defender, was it? No, he's ruled a knock on loose carry.
Shoulder on the ball there from Montoya. The right side defence from the Bulldogs. Montoya, some of his decisions to rush in and that up and in defence. Considering there's a reshuffle, Josh Jackson's defending at right centre, but it's well organised. They're well drilled defensively, the Bulldogs. We'll rush in here. The ball will go over the top. And have a look at this. Flies in, shoulder under the ball. Great defence.
I think there's got to be a kick coming in behind it from Sutton or Cody Walker at some stage in behind Montoya.
Stan's smash hit series Billions is back for a brand new season. It's the show everyone is talking about. And this series is your next big binge. Brand new Billions is now streaming only at Stan. With Canterbury coming away from their 30-metre line with Hopewadi on the 40-metre line. So Canterbury inclined to come down the centre and now drifting off over to this western edge with Fualalo playing it right on halfway for his captain and then for Hopewadi. Just a little bit disorganised in around the play the ball Canterbury at the start of this set. It's gone out wide and found Woods, who found Clemmer, and then Marshall King, now Fatala Mariner, standing in a leg rope tackle, and away it goes back to Marshall King. And Jeremy will play the ball midway between the halfway and the 20 as four, and puts it high to Alex Johnston. And Alex is able to beat the oncoming defence of Tolman, and will play it back to Dane Gagai. And this is Jennings back into the game. I'll try and update you on Moses Mbai. And that's Gagai off that left foot. Wally Lewis, medal winner at Origin level last year. 3 tries in 1 game from memory. Cook now back for Gagai again, over the shoulder of Sutton. It's got to be cleaned up by Jennings, and he'll play the ball just outside his own 30-metre line.
Tom Burgess off for South Sydney. Brother George into the action as Greg Inglis tries to shrug one off. Josh Jackson hangs on.
Sutton a dummy half, and then for Dewey. Reefs it long and high down for Brett Morris to bring it back. And he'll play the ball 15 short of halfway. George Burgess with the lengthening locks these days. 8-0 in favour of the Dogs. And here's Brett Morris again, taken by George and Sam Burgess.
They're very bunched at the moment, Canterbury, so South Sydney can really cram their defence in.
Woods. Put down on the 40-metre line, casting a shoe in the process. Leisha using Fatala Mariner. That's knocked backwards there by Marshall King. So we're just outside the 30-metre line, south end of the park. And here's Hopewadi going down the blind side. That's Brett. This is Josh. They've done it again. Morris to Morris, and Josh gets a double.
A great short side play here from William Hopewadi. Watch the speed in which he gets in first receiver, and he beats the marker. The marker will jump. But because he gets further over the advantage line away from the marker, it creates the 3-on-2. Watch the marker play here on the Harvey Norman replay. Crichton will try to match it. He goes past Crichton to create the overlap, and a selective pass on the outside finds the Morris twins, and Josh Morris goes under the sticks. They're well on top, the Bulldogs. This is perfect play from William Hopewadi. Gets over the advantage line, away from the marker, and then a beautiful pass. Great play. Yeah,
wonderful decision to run it on the last tackle. They got a 3-on-2 down that short side. Normally Kieran Foran is a man who looks for that. As Joey points out, Will Hopewadi establishing the overlap for his team. And Morris gets his second of the afternoon and extends that lead, takes it around, makes it easy for Kieran to... Oh, no! I'm sorry, Kieran.
Welcome to the club. Kieran Foran missing an absolute sitter.
I've never seen anyone put it under the post. I've never seen that under the post.
Don't look at me.
No,
It was-
I was thinking I am the dead set mock of the century, and suddenly you've taken over the title.
Gosh, we could have had 14-0 again, and haven't we seen that scoreline on a number of occasions?
The message has gone out. David Clemmer, he's kicking the next goal. Oh, Kieran.
So Brett Morris it is. Brings it out to his own 20-metre line. And this lead starting to become dangerous for South Sydney. They're trying to run down 12. It should have been 14. But this man, Kieran Foran, absolutely muffed it.
How do you think his confidence will be if he steps up and has another one in this game?
Elliott is on in jumper 14. The kid from Tathra. And our respects and regards go out to all those people that were devastated. I'm led to believe the Elliott family home, it escaped the inferno. Not so apparently for Mitch Creary, who coaches the Telstra Sea Eagles. He played with Manly and the Northern, what were they called?
Northern Eagles.
Northern Eagles. And apparently Mitch's home was burnt. So our thoughts go out to those people down there with troubles of bushfires. Crichton playing it on the 30-metre line. It's almost a case that they've got to be the next team to score, South. Walker's kick to Montoya. Inglis doesn't muck around with him. He really rams home that big frame on him. Now Hopewadi. Just repeating that they lost Moses Mbai very early in the game after only a few minutes. And so this is Hopewadi, who's now become very busy. Played to Josh Morris, Brett in fact, right on the halfway. Fourth gone, in fact fifth gone. So Foran kicks it high, down towards Dane Gagai. Heimel Hunt. Crichton taken on the 30-metre line. Sam Burgess behind his brother, through Walker, Sutton, now Inglis, now Jennings, taken by Montoya.
He's been excellent, Marcelo Montoya, this afternoon thus far. They realise that he's at marker, so they go down that short side, but it's well covered. Last tackle now against South Sydney.
Walker not happy with the treatment he was getting. Dewey puts a kick high, allowed to bounce. Bounces away to Brett Morris. He's held just outside the 20.
But Aidan Tolman limping off rail, limping over the sideline.
He's really in trouble down there, Aidan Tolman. 16 is going out there for him now. That is to allow. On their own 40-metre line, play with Canterbury. And here's David Clemmer. Centre of the ground. That's Elliott.
There's been a few stoppages the last 10 minutes. You can see both teams are really out on their feet.
He's gone down into the corner, taken by Johnston.
But both teams are struggling to put their plays on. Here we go, is the penalty. You get the feeling this penalty is going to be a huge lift for the Bunnies.
Sideline.
At their feet.
Sorry, Andrew. Brad, sideline.
Yeah, well, to give you an idea of the level of discomfort, if you remember the game at Brookvale 2 weeks ago where it was 40 degrees, when they used the Kestrel heat stress tracker, it only came up with a reading of 170. Now today, although it's 10 degrees less, the reading was 192. That means they're allowed one more drink runner out there, but it's got to get to 200 to have drink breaks. So she's a pretty tough conditions out in the middle.
George Burgess. Angus Crichton. Now for Sam. He looked behind and he gave a no-look pass. Just a short margin away to his left. So Sam again. And here's Johnston floating the ball over for Jennings. Then he's able to flick it out the back for Inglis. Inglis pushing ahead. 5 gone for Souths. Penalty.
Play the ball.
No, he's sending him back to play the ball.
Wow, well, that didn't help South Sydney at all. Thought the penalty was coming their way.
To the middle for Walker. Little kick for the uprights. Chance! Beats them to the dead ball.
Hold for the tap.
Thought for a second he was going to make it.
Hold it, John. Hold.
Young Adam Dewey. I'm led to believe the correct pronunciation is Dewahi. And I think his grandparents and parents would agree, but he and his dad got together and they agreed that we should keep it as simple as possible for all the suspects, including myself, and it's come up as Dewey. Here's Clemmer turning it in, and Hopewadi losing the ball through the force of the tackle. It's come back down to Clemmer. He gets it out the back to Fualalo, and he's put down on the 30-metre line here on the western side of ANZ Stadium, the Olympic Stadium. Foran, he was smashed by Inglis. Johnston swerves away from one, but he's taken by Montoya. Not a good position to be. They're coming out of a corner down their own end. Jennings.
Just watching some of these forwards, in particular the South Sydney forwards, they are gassed, absolutely out on their feet.
So Gagai, Cook, Sutton. Cook again, a scurry away from dummy half to the halfway line. 12-0 and a penalty goes to Souths.
Cody.
Brad Fittler.
Just on Kieran Foran, he took that big knock off Greg Inglis. I was talking to Josh Jackson in the tunnel before the game. I was just asking about the attack, and he said he just loves the way Kieran Foran, how deep he goes into the line. That's a brave play to go that deep, and he just continues to do it.
They'll do well to hang on here, the Bulldogs. Teague is setting in that tackle, that penalty on the last tackle. Oh, gosh.
Well, John Sutton, he'll appeal that the marker was all over him. Now they get the penalty.
This way there, Greg. Right there.
Watch this.
That was fine.
Oh, wow. What are we watching?
There was no defender's foot in there illegally, and that's what the call was.
So they're 10 metres out from the line, South, with a chance for a try right here and now before half-time. Played by Crichton. Back for Dewey. Now Sam Burgess.
I really think you've got to try a grubber kick in behind at some stage down this end of the field, South Sydney.
It's Dewey holding it back for George. Totola is out there for Souths in 17. Cook. Long to Sam, and he's 2 metres short. Good tackle by Marshall King. Penalty goes south.
How many is that? Is that 9 penalties to South?
So Ben Cummins has now called the captain over and said no more.
Hold. Okay, when you're ready.
South Sydney then with a golden opportunity right here. Here's Greg Inglis. He's over. GI gets his first try of the year. In fact, it's the first try of the South Sydney International Centres.
Well, the referee called the captain out. Josh Jackson, who's defending at right centre. Josh ran 30-40 metres over to see the ref. He didn't give him time to get back in position on the Harvey Norman replay. You can see him running it along the try line there. Just didn't give the Bulldogs an opportunity to get their defence organised on the right side.
It's a fair point you make, Andrew.
Well, it's exactly a fair point. He's called him all the way across there to state the obvious to him. Made him run all that way to say your team's giving away too many penalties. Josh knew that. He's got to be given time to get back into the defensive line.
Some effort from Inglis there.
Some people who might have joined us a little bit late, that Josh Jackson pushed out to the centres to accommodate the injury to Moses Mbai. So that's why he was over with only one defender outside him. That's why he had the long gallop. Wally Lewis sideline.
Quite interesting there from Greg Inglis. The last 3 times that he's received the ball, he's decided to run it. On that occasion, he had a winger outside him, unmarked, with plenty of territory to be able to score in the corner. Inglis saw it himself and made the most of it.
The incident with John Sutton's play the ball, that still got me mystified.
Yeah, well, again, we're seeing points on the back of penalties consistently, and the Bulldogs there on that occasion, I thought they got a tough call against them, couldn't defend the 18, and at the end of it, they had a man out of the line.
Here's Dewey at 12-4 down. I said earlier they had to be the next to score. 5 minutes to go to the break. And here's Adams' kick. And it's good. It's 12-6. So a try to Greg Inglis, aided and abetted by the referee calling Josh Jackson over to be told no more penalties, otherwise somebody's going.
Now, Ray, there'll be some people say, well, Josh Jackson had a good shot at Greg Inglis. He was front on, but it threw the defensive line out because the players around him knew that he wasn't there. And it's very, very different trying to defend the way Josh Jackson had to than being out there set, going up with his fellow players in the one line.
Yeah. It's a good piece of commentary there from Andrew Johns, picking it up. So Leisha will take us into the final session before the break. 12-6. Josh Morris a double, and Greg Inglis getting the first try for Souths. So the Kennel lead the Borough by 6 on Good Friday. Here's Sutton running at Jackson. Tonight, of course, another grand final rematch between Cronulla and Melbourne. You'll see that on 9. Be a fantastic game.
Wonder, Ray, whether that misconversion in front from Kieran Four and whether it might play a role today.
I was going to say that at the time, but I think it was too recent. The injury was still smarting. Here's Hopewadi with the ball. 2.5 to go to the break. Montoya has been very good. That's Brett. everything they got on, apart from their numbers, pretty much identical. Wristbands, same boots. Only Brett's got some lycra underneath the shorts, which helps it a little bit. Elliott, you'd know all about that, Andrew, the lycra.
Oh, yes, please.
Marshall King.
What are you talking about?
Marshall King, he played junior football, same club as David Clemmer out there at Toongabbie with All Saints.
He's done some really nice things, Marshall King. There was a tackle on the line, I think it was on Sam Burgess. He gets the ball in broken play. He's got that skip very similar to Benji. One thing about him, he's incredibly tough.
Get in there, Will. Come on, Michael. Hey, clock off. Ball in. Out. Do it.
Is Gagai.
Release now. Square, Michael. Lost the ball, mate. Lost the ball.
Well, he's ruled that Gagai has lost the ball. Pocket referee. He can't help him. Ben Cummins has ordered a scrum. So was there a little push from behind?
Adam Elliott's hands.
From Adam
in
Elliott,
there.
yeah.
You can see Adam Elliott's hands in there.
He pulled his hands away and said, "It wasn't me." So they'll get 2 minutes. They'll get a set
Alex, not too far.
from 29 out.
All right, here we go.
And starting in the middle of the park. And that is Fualalo. He's built pretty close to the ground. 25 metres out. And the 16 goes charging ahead. To allow. 15 out. Penalty. Canterbury now, will they take 2? Give it to Kieran.
What do you do? Of course you take the 2.
But do you give it to Kieran?
Does Kieran want it?
Do you want to call it?
Come on, Kieran, knock it over.
Give it to somebody else, Kieran.
Oh, you just missed a short putt, Ray. How do you feel over the next one? Greg Inglis is out here. He's complaining about the Dane Gagai loss of the football.
Just take it back, please. Yeah. Take it back. Back, boys. Tom.
No worries this time, Ray. 14-6 Dogs at half-time.
If I was you, I'd stay right out of it, Peter.
If I was those South Sydney players, I wouldn't be standing underneath that goalpost.
By the way,
Could be a falcon coming.
If they can get a touch on it, wouldn't be a goal either. But
Never in doubt.
got it beautifully.
Oh, listen to the crowd.
So Kieran Foran has kicked the goal from right in front. It's 14-6. And he breathes a sigh of relief. The trainer, he's having a little bit of a laugh with him at Kieran's expense. And the siren sounds around the Olympic Stadium. The first half of Good Friday football, game 1. And they are doing it without Moses Mbai. So it's significant. 14-6 the score as Inglis sends it down towards the try line. Marshall King, Benji's young brother, giving it to Clemmer. And David playing the ball just inside the 20-metre line. Brett Morris comes across the back of the ruck and sweeps a run to the middle of the ground. Here's for Taylor Mariner now. Almost getting through South Sydney. Tackle made out there by the number 17 for the Rabbitohs. Totola, it had to be made. Now they're up to the halfway, the Dogs. 4 gone. It's going to be good field position at the end of this set. Elliott playing it for Leisha. Marshall King. And this ball bouncing awkwardly, but Johnston doesn't waste any time. He gives it to Gagai. So their first tackle is just outside the 20, as you can see. And let's take an injury update, talking about Moses Mbai from Brad Fiddler.
Well, we haven't had an update on Moses if there is an injury, but we feel like there mightn't be, just a concussion. But Aidan Tolman, syndesmosis to the left ankle, so he definitely won't be back.
Tom Burgess taken in a three-man Canterbury tackle. Here's Cook. It's a good dummy half runner, but he's lost the ball. Well, loose carry is ordered.
Andrew Johns, syndesmosis. I believe high ankle strain. When you were playing, was there many syndesmosis injuries? It's a new term that seems to have emerged in our game the last couple of years.
I don't know whether he's able to answer the question or he just can't hear you.
A good result there for the Bulldogs through their defence. Midfield scrum, good place to attack from.
I don't think Robert Jennings is out here in the second half. Braden Burns is on the left wing.
Josh Morris, double try scorer. Fatala Mariner. Clemmer turning it back on the inside for a Bulldog to allow to lose the ball. And Sam Burgess turns the defence into attack. Johnston running into the big men in the middle. Clemmer and Fatala Mariner. Here's a run from Totola. 25 out. Down the middle, they're running to the south. Dewey away from Walker. On it goes to Johnston, and he floats one out there to Burns. And Burns is able to push away. And then he will play the ball 10 out. 14-6 Canterbury. Walker showed it in, went out. Dewey away. Now it's Johnston, got it away. To the 14 for Souths. Heimel Hunt. Dewey again, then for Cook, now for Walker. Showed it to Sutton, went out to Inglis, and Inglis has got Jackson on him. Jackson and Foran putting the big fella down on 5. Now a long ball to Walker, sets himself for the kick. Oh, he's come down with the ball, but he's lost it.
He lost it before he hit the post, Heimel Hunt. Wow, what a missed opportunity there. And a quick restart from Will Hopewadi is not allowed.
Let's have a look at this. Was it Heimel Hunt or Totolo? I think it was.
Yes, Totola, 17.
Totolo, right. Yeah. That's irrelevant. Sideline, Brad.
Yeah, well, Aaron Woods, he's on the sideline ready to go on. Robert Jennings won't be back either. He had some double vision at half time. So just erring on the side of caution, he won't be back the second half.
Played by Brett Morris. Now Fatala Mariner.
He's lost it.
He's lost it. What's going wrong here? South taking up the advantage. Inglis stepping off his left foot and driving back in against the grain. 35 out. Tom Burgess. That isn't 30. 5 minutes into the second half. Walker sweeps it away to Dewey. Gets away from 1 or 2. And he'll be forced to play the ball. Held by Leisha. Walker. Now Johnston. Put down by Josh Morris. To the blind side for Walker. Now he's cut back in. Back to Johnston. On to Cook. Cook, he hesitates. Canterbury coming up in what some people might call an umbrella defensive pattern. Played then by Totolo. On to Walker. Sutton away to Inglis, and he's able to get it back to Johnston. It's pretty raggedy. It's come back now to Dewey. Shaping to kick, shaping to dummy. Gives it now. This is Hunt. And Elliott's got him all parcelled up. That's where they are. They come to that side. And Dewey gets a kick, and he's got it back. And it's 6 more. Touched by Canterbury, says Cummins, the referee. So they go really long, over to the middle of the ground and finding Tom Burgess eventually. Canterbury holding tight for the time being. Sutton stepping off his left foot, takes it to ground. Second tackle gone. So Walker, then Cook, now Totolo. Dewey again. Tom Burgess.
Great read again, Josh Morris.
4 tackles gone for Souths. And here's a chance. And Gagai, is it? Short of the line, that's 5. It was Gagai. Now it's to Dewey. Puts a little kick in. Taken by Hopewadi at the back. Brushes away from Dewey. Brings it out some 15 metres. Good work, William Hopewadi.
Just watching South Sydney's attack, they have to find some variation other than the block play. If you're playing the block play against an up and in defence, an umbrella defence, as you say, Rabs, he's lost that ball. It's an easy read for the defence, the Bulldogs' defence. Oh, here we go. What's happened now?
Someone said something to say?
No.
Yeah, the Bunnies need some variations. Every time they look to go to the edges, they're just playing that standard block play, and the centres and the wingers are reading it easily.
Burgess.
South Sydney made the first error in the second half, but the Bulldogs have now gone back to back to back.
So here's Sam trying to crack the Canterbury defence. Cook goes out deep. Walker comes even deeper. Dewey on to Crichton. And Crichton is held by Fatala Mariner. And a penalty goes to Souths. They're inside the 10.
Nothing quick.
So Totola adjacent to the uprights. Sam Burgess linking the play. Walker tries to chop through, but you can't without legs. And then another lunge at the line, short. I think it's short, but the referee's going to have a look.
Cheats. Tackle 3.
Well, it was clever play from South Sydney. No try awarded on field. They went to that area, and then when the defenders were involved in the tackle, they went straight back at it through a big man in Inglis. But he's put the football down short of the line.
And there's a tackle by Josh Jackson.
Just looking to see whether Greg Inglis has got the ball to the line.
And he's lost it.
It's a no try. If we can see the Josh Jackson tackle after the no try here.
Greg Inglis has grounded the ball short of the line and then lost control. We've got a decision.
So it's going to be a changeover. A breach by the attacking side. Canterbury will get the play the ball out on the 10.
Yeah, watch this tackle here from Jackson. Look at that. Cuts him in half.
And then he loses the ball as he tries to grasp it, albeit not on the line.
Yeah, Kieran Foran did a good job to be the man up high as well, and he was able to help turn Inglis. If Inglis came in straight, the Jackson tackle might not have been effective enough, but the combination of Jackson Foran denied the big man. Not too many tougher assignments, and Greg Inglis coming at you that close to the line at speed.
So they're going to pack a scrum. And Elliott it is. One of the back rowers standing out in the back line. So on 2 plays, they get it outside the 20-metre line. Played by Jackson. Now for Clemmer and Walker.
Greg, don't work him.
Cody Walker got pushed embarrassingly
He's hurt
out of the way.
Cody Walker. He's out in that left wing.
Greg, milking. Aaron. Don't grab onto him, Aaron.
So the 15 brings it away for Canterbury. Fualalo. South don't seem to have the finesse to get it through that Canterbury line. They've got to come up with something different. Johnston. Some of their big weapons, like Johnston, they've been fairly quiet today.
Aaron up and square.
Here's Gagai. 35 away from his own line. Sam Burgess tries to go through the middle defence. Cook then away from dummy half, taken by Woods. Centre of the ground. Dewey driving it down into the corner. Football there from Hopowabi. So no change to half-time, 14-6. Brett Morris away from John Sutton and taken by Walker and Cook in the main.
Cody, John together.
Jackson.
Held off the ice.
100% effort every time he goes round. What's wrong with this football? Is there something wrong with it? Brown is out there for the Bulldogs.
He's the man who dropped the football. He had his first touch, and South Sydney. Well, the Bulldogs just keep giving him an invitation. This is Brown out of dummy half. Keeps the ball out in two hands to possibly pass, but he's hit from behind. Maybe Walker forcing the error. Well, they're getting plenty of shots at this end of the field, South Sydney, early in this second half. 10 minutes into it.
Canterbury seem to be handling them, though, Peter.
Yeah,
they're not throwing enough at them. It's just the standard same shape. They go to the line and they put that block play, and the centres and wingers for the Dogs are reading it really easy.
You can't keep putting yourself in that position, but Ray, eventually something will crack.
Here's Crichton.
Aaron, square marker.
Tom Burgess. Angus Crichton
Raymond, square up.
learning that he might have a big year, a big introductory year, but the next one's going to be tougher. There's a bigger target on you. Here's Sam Burgess trying to get through. Again, though, Canterbury's online defence is good, but it's a penalty. It's a penalty again for the 10.
Made the line. 10 metres. Josh.
It's called out to Josh Jackson again.
Yeah, he didn't move.
Keep getting caught out.
He just stayed in the centre.
Josh said, just sing out as loud as you can. I'm not moving. Tom Burgess. Taken by Woods. And Tualau. Now Walker out the back to Johnston. Here's a chance. Burns has got one. Burns has got one. Well, here we were, or here I was, preaching about they don't seem to have anything.
Tackle one.
Andrew made the point.
Can you confirm grounding here, please?
They're not throwing anything at them. And as Peter said, if you try and try again, eventually something will crack. Burns.
Well, the Bulldogs have made a multitude of errors early in this second half, and that last penalty really hurt them. Just got to have a look as to whether he's...
Just looking to see if Braden Burns has remained in the field of play.
He's in the field of play. It's whether he drops the football. No, it's okay.
And the video ref He wasn't so worried about the put down as he was the left foot. So he's lifted the left foot just in the nick of time. And the put down looks okay. Fingers in touch, downward
Burns
pressure.
remains in the field of play and grounds the ball of the in goal. We have a decision.
So the green will go up. And 14-10 will become the new score. There it is, the Colonel's scoreboard. 14-10, Dogs. Brad, sideline.
Yeah, it goes back to the couple of penalties the Bulldogs gave away. Now the penalty count is 13-4. Josh Jackson was having a word to the referee at half-time. And Dean Payne, as I walked past him in the tunnel, also mentioned about possibly getting a go from the referees. We're going to have a look at the actual last penalty. I think it was Woods. Here we go. The tackle is on the 10-metre line. Do they get back to the try line? No.
2 rest points.
Penalty justified.
What's he doing there?
Montoya's been coming up and in all afternoon, and he just got a little bit interested in Greg Inglis. He just wasn't sure whether Josh Jackson had him covered on that sweeping play, and by the time he realised that, yes, Inglis was covered, Burns is on the outside.
So here's young Adam, the 19-year-old Adam Dewey. Played for Australian schoolboys when at St Patrick's, South Strathfield, Australian Rugby Union. He's right on the sideline. Pressure for the kid. Oh, he's made an awful meal of it.
It's contagious.
We just had contagious.
Adam Elliott twice on that goal.
Full brother to syndesmosis. Contagious.
Time you run here, Marcelo. Time you run.
So welcome back to the Good Friday coverage. The doubleheader on 9. We go to Cronulla, to Southern Cross Stadium, or Southern Cross Group Stadium, Cronulla, for Sharks and Storm. The 2016 replay of the Grand. And then we go down to Wynn Stadium, Wollongong, on Sunday, live at 3 for Dragons up against the Knights. George Burgess. It's Aidan Tolman in the moon boot. Played on halfway by John Sutton. Cook, inside ball. Sam Burgess. And Jackson again involved. Walker getting a left foot kick. High down to Hopewadi. And Burns was there from an onside position, obviously. Eventually taken by Cook. It's been a good chase, though, by South. Good defence by South. Comment from Wally Lewis, sideline.
Yeah, it certainly would have been a defence that you'd expect that the Bulldogs would have been talking about while waiting for the kick at goal coming against them. But ball control has got to be their #1 priority. They wasted 5 or 6 opportunities in a row. They've got to get down the other end of the field.
And they all seem to happen around about here. Somewhere between the 40 and the 30. He's come up with no ball. Penalty this time.
Go.
And away he goes. Brett Morris. Josh, in fact, Josh. Now Fatala Mariner. Woods. Down to the 30-metre line now.
Damien to the side.
Ball going along that back line to Hopewadi. They're 10 out and 4 tackles are gone. 14-10 the score in favour of Canterbury. Foran. Leisha gets it down there for Marshall King. 15 out, 5. Played back for Brown. Comes across to 4 and long ball. Chance for Brett Morris. I don't think so, and neither does he, I think.
No, he's tried to get the ball out. He knew it was the last tackle.
This has been an awful corner for Canterbury. There's another injury down here. Brett Morris. He's tried to reach out and get this over the line. He's basically put it on the stomach of Alex Johnston. But Brett is still getting attention. This is the same corner where they lost Moses Mbai in the very early part of the game. South lost Robert Jennings to the HIA, but he was allowed to return. He's now subsequently gone from the match. That's thumbs up. And South's playing the ball just inside the field of play.
Play properly.
Sam Burgess. Oh, Josh Morris has copped the bumper bar from Sam Burgess. They'll probably want to have a look at this.
Michael, walk away.
Wait.
Phil, just wait there, just wait.
We saw Sam Lasoni from the Warriors get in trouble for something similar
Go that way.
on the sidelines this
Sam,
week.
go that way. Take it that way, boys.
No, it does appear to come up from Sam.
Just take it that way, boys. Thanks, Adam. Thank you. Just ask you to go that way. Just wait a minute. Okay, is that confirmed, Chits? Information from Phil? And on report. And that's a forearm to the neck.
I think it's going to go on report and a penalty.
Sam, it's going to go through. Sam. He's not their fault.
Josh Morris, the victim in this. And Sam Burgess, the ball carrying arm, has lifted it above the shoulders. It's got him right across the Adam's apple.
Okay, go back there. Yeah, no, just on.
It's called the captain over.
It's going to be a penalty against Sam. Forearm to the head of an opposing player. He's made contact with the head.
What do you do here,
Raise the
Andrew?
forearm.
Does Kieran take this on? If Moses Mbai's out there, I'm sure they take the kick, but I haven't been down here all this second half.
Yeah, I'm watching Kieran.
He's walking away from the ball.
They're taking the tap.
So Sam Burgess on report. Forearm to the throat of an opposing player. That player being Josh Morris. That's Brown in 17.
Yeah, very good, Benny.
Just his second game for the Dogs, formerly with Cronulla. So Leisha, 9 metres out from the line. Playing it for Brown to Woods. Big Aaron playing his 150th today. Brown again, back to Elliott. Oh, Burgess went up. He's looking to take Elliott, ball and all. He eventually finished up in the tackle. Now it's come away to foreign. George Burgess makes the tackle. Together with Angus Crichton. Brown again for Woods. The line you can see. Brown. 5 gone. 1 more for Canterbury. Back it comes to Marshall King. Read by Johnston. Penalty goes Canterbury.
What's this penalty for?
This will be inside the 10, not on the try line.
But Raps, the ball goes the other way.
Josh going to be.
Okay, going for 2.
So they're taking the shot.
Where are they offside? Can we get that replay again? They just watch the ball.
I think they're saying Cody Walker.
Well, I was watching the ball. When the ball was played, they sprint up. So they all get back. You watch Inglis out there on the left side. They're all back. I think by the time the ball was played, Cody Walker sprinted off the line.
That's the 20th penalty in the game. And Foran to take it back out to a 6-point ball game. 16-10.
The problem I have with referees, with some of the penalties that are being given, is that they don't impact on play in regards to the infraction. Andrew points out the ball goes the other way, and sometimes they're saying, well, it's gone the other way because they couldn't go that way because Walker was up.
I don't think Cody Walker was offside.
I think some that don't impact on play shouldn't be pulled up. Brad Fittler, sideline.
I think I'm with you there still. I do think they got a jump in the way the referees are ruling at the moment, and they just totally didn't allow the Bulldogs to go to the right-hand side.
Clemmer with a big charge. So I'll give you an example pretty much of what the boys are saying. If a player's in front of the kicker and he goes inside the 10 but remains passive, they don't penalise him. And that's breaking it down into an example of what the co-commentators are talking about. The bloke remains passive, he doesn't impact on the play, but they don't blow the whistle. And it's pretty much the same as what Andrew's been on about for a couple of weeks now.
Well, that penalty going against Cameron Murray there. He came in too high for the referee's liking. If you are going to come in with impact, it's got to be up around the hips and slide down. I felt the initial contact was too low. Is okay to continue.
(16-10) with under an hour to go. Reminder, of course, tonight we will cover for you live match over at Cronulla. The grand finals, the grand finalists from 2016. That's Leisha showing us what he likes to do. Here's Fatala Mariner. He's through, but pulled down from behind by Hunt. Played to Josh Morris. Gone then to Marshall King. Now to Clemmer. And he's 5 metres away from that try line. Marshall King, he puts a little kick in. Greg Inglis has got it covered. They try to force him back into the in goal, but he's a bit too experienced and big for that. Now that's a penalty because Elliott, walking back onside, has obstructed and interfered with play. Launched over there is Inglis. Dewey finds the line. Just outside the 20. Sam Burgess, and his head went rocking back. The impact of Josh Jackson. Cook in for George Burgess. Puts an arm up to get rid of Elliott. It might have even caught Elliott across the throat as well. The 15 is out there for South. Nichols.
David, lock in.
Walker.
Don't work him now, Michael. He played it into him.
There's a bit of 6 of one, half a dozen of the other right there. Whether he struck the ball with his foot or not, and then the other player was lying in to play the ball, making no attempt to get out of there. Which way do you blow it? High ball down to Hopewadi. Oh, he's left it on the ground, and Angus Crichton has pounced.
He certainly lost this, but as he got his hand down...
No, he gets his hand down.
Let's have me tackle one. I've no try. Can you just confirm that Hopewadi ground?
Great
ball?
kick. It was, wasn't it?
Torpedo bomb. And Hopewadi will drop this ball. For the life of me, I don't understand why every halfback
Rabbits
doesn't
wide side
do
kick
this.
chase cleared as onside.
The ball will go up. Hopewadi will drop the ball, and then he'll get his right hand to the ball. He'll drop this ball here, and his right hand will go out, or his left hand, and place it down.
That's enough. He's given it a backhander with downward pressure.
Grounded it. We have a decision.
Gave it a backhander, all right. It was a very timely and good backhander. He's got a certain poise and style about him, Hopewadi, doesn't he? Like an error there, he still had the presence of mind to make up for it. No try, so it will be a line dropout. Wonderful kick from the number 7.
I thought for a moment this young fellow Angus Crichton had bagged a most important try, but William, look at him, a backhanded downward pressure.
It's time you run here. Make sure we're behind it, Vince.
As opposed to the forehand.
Karen behind the line.
That's okay.
Okay.
So the dropout is down with Nichols. He's a big lump of a lad. He'll play the ball on the 30-metre line.
Adam, arms away.
Cook through Murray. It's gone to George Burgess. His runs from dummy half have always been incisive. Cook. Now it's gone to Dewey, and it's away to Walker. Walker to Johnston. And again he runs into this fellow out there who's been so persistent, Josh Jackson. Defence has been unbelievable, particularly on Canterbury. Well, on Canterbury's right side. South keep going there. It's like he's a magnet. Now Johnston. Oh, it's gone over the sideline through the hands of Burns.
Yeah, they have defended very, very well on that side generally after losing Mbai and Will Hopewadi having to change positions.
So the alternative, of course, is to come the other side where you've got a recognised centre playing in his normal position in Josh Morris. So South have aimed their attack at Josh Jackson, who had to move out to the centres earlier in the game. In 2018, Rugby League fans can stream all of Nine's NRL matches live and free on 9 Now. Download the 9 Now app and watch anytime, anywhere. 16 plays 10. Here's Montoya. Given the ragdoll treatment by George Burgess, and then they go on with it, South.
He didn't like it. That's hello.
Hayden.
Walk away.
Hey,
Marcelo.
enough.
Zip it. Walk out.
It's all good.
Talk to him about that. Walk away.
Marcel.
Sterlo, if a winger threw a ball at a front rower like that in the 80s, what would happen?
Well, he wouldn't finish the game.
Well, that's why they do it now.
And that escalates, you know where it's going. So you need to stay control of it. Okay?
He wouldn't be touching it for a while.
No. Yeah, the penalty's going your way, but talk to Marcelo.
So, Rabs, the backhand forehand there from brings me back to the day you beat Tony Roach. I'm assuming that you'll be doing some tennis commentary for 9 coming up.
It's been
Through the summer you'll be working.
It's been a big purchase by 9.
You did get roasting. Oh, there's Fatala Marin into the defence.
Play almost on the halfway line. Clemmer.
Cameron Angus together.
Foreign. 15 is Fualalo.
This is the kind of game that I think the Dogs might be attracted by a one-pointer. The main man in Mbai's not on the field, but 7 might just be enough for them to squeak home.
Woods. Elliott running almost glued to his right hip. Canterbury with Leisha, then Foreign out the back. Hopewadi, the ball came off Souths, I think.
Yeah, he's an example of Kieran Foran digging right into the line, what Brad Fittler was talking about. Watch how far he goes into the line and attracts Cody Walker. Keep your eye on Cody Walker there in the green boots. He'll dig right into the line there and attract him, which creates the 3-on-2 on the outside. Inglis, in desperation, knocks the ball down. That's what Brad Fittler was talking about. Kieran Foran digging into the line and attracting those defenders, which then frees up his players on the outside. Takes a lot of courage to do that, and that's what Kieran has. That's probably why his body keeps breaking down.
We've got a South Sydney player going to the HIA here. It's Mark Nichols. John Sutton will be coming back into the game.
Mark Nichols, is that the cricket commentator too?
No, Mark Nichols.
Oh, okay.
What do you think? You think Mark Nichols is now playing for South in the front row? Have you seen him? He's not as big as you.
Yeah, couldn't imagine that Mark Nichols playing rugby league, but anyway, you never know these days.
Head clash there with Aaron Woods.
So a chance for Canterbury to really put this one to bed. It looked like it was forward to Fatala Mariner, but it's a penalty against South.
Yeah, well, Canterbury held the ball in the scrum there to try and draw that penalty. South Sydney backline got up quickly, thought the ball was out, but it had been held in by the Canterbury second row. I don't know why they're having so much conversation. They've got to take the 2.
That's differential.
You're right.
The offside at the scrum.
Right. Offside scrum.
Differential penalty. And this is Clemmer straining, losing the ball. Spun by Johnston, out to Walker, on to Inglis. Inglis to Burns, and Burns, he's crunched over the sideline. Now they flare up again. Get the fire extinguishers. It's on again. Nothing happening, but it's on again.
Back out. Don't go running there.
Great tackle here from Marcelo Montoya. His Inglis got in the clear then. Thought, look out, here goes Inglis. Josh Jackson, great job, and then Montoya, monsters. Braden Burns. And it's just simmering, isn't it? These two teams. A little slap on the head there.
Well, that's the second time in a row Marcelo's been involved. He's been the centre of a couple of little skirmishes. He's been good, though.
Hasn't he been great defensively?
Yeah, well, over on that side, the right edge, you've got Jackson and Montoya. Over on the other side, you've got the Morris twins. So as I said, South thought, well, it's a good idea to go down their right edge, but it hasn't proved that. Montoya and Jackson have been outstanding. Clemmer, 15 out from the line. Middle of the ground. Foran goes back inside to Woods. Now they're 12 away. Leisha, Foran. This is Fualalo. 5 out. Jackson, Foran. Goes very, very deep back to Leisha. So Michael will play the ball. And that's the last tackle for Canterbury. And it's with Elliott. He gets it out to Fatala Mariner. It goes to Morris. It goes to ground. Referee says knock on. He's calling it back.
How are we going? All up.
All up. No, back here, Damien. Sorry, no.
All of that is okay.
No, Damien.
Gagai comes in.
Back here. Tom.
That was the last play too.
Last tackle.
I don't know what they were thinking there. The ball. I don't know what they were doing the whole set.
Well, Aaron
couldn't
Woods,
see anything what they were working for.
Marshall King went into dummy half. Kieran Foran was on the right-hand side. The ball came left. First receiver Aaron Woods on the last.
Clock off.
Less than 8 minutes to go. Clemmer just inside the 10.
Honestly, you'd take the one. Fourth tackle.
Well, Foran might be ready for it now, is he? No, he's going to pass. In fact, he's going to run.
I don't know if they're thinking that, but what we're seeing, the kind of game it is, I think 7 would get them home.
Oh, now they've dropped it again. 16 has put it down. Chualau. The Souths, they're running out of time. It's not as though they haven't been given opportunities by Canterbury. Canterbury have spilled the ball so many times in the second half.
Sam, your lock is not in. Shaking it in. Okay, Will. Just wait in. Okay, find it in. Yeah, should we hold here?
Scrum 10 metres out from the line. And this is Heimel Hunt getting it away to Johnston. 12 metres his own side of halfway. Quick play the ball for Gagai. Gagai able to push away from 1, push away from 2, gets away from the 3rd. He'll play the ball 39 out from the line. Over to Sam Burgess. And his brother with him, Tom. Now they're 22 out. Walker for Sutton. Sutton thinks he's found a hole. Tries to burrow through it. Now they're 8 away from the line. 4 gone. Back now for Dewey. Dribbles the ball in. Here comes Heimel Hunt. Heimel Hunt. I think it's a try right where Hopewadi fought a would-be try earlier on.
I think he gets to the ball here. I'd like to see where William Hopewadi is in this play. See, William Hopewadi is on the right-hand side. He's going past the post.
Right side kick chase is cleared as onside.
With the way the Bulldogs have defended this afternoon, this was always on. Now, does he knock this onto the boot of Brett Morris before grounding it?
Well, can Brett Morris lash out with the boot there?
Well, there's a school of thought that would say it is indiscriminate what Brett has done. Billy Slater's been guilty of it in the past. I think Matthew Ridge was another one that comes to mind.
He kicks the ball out of Heimel Hunt's hand here.
Well, if he does, Heimel then puts downward pressure on it. It's the most interesting one, this. The ref could easily be thinking about an indiscriminate kick to prevent a try being scored.
Well, if he drops the ball, if it's ruled no try, is this a penalty try?
Well, they're all good questions, Andrew.
Thank you.
I'm not sitting up in the box making that judgment. This is most interesting. That's all I'm saying to you.
I think you give him a try.
My mind is flooding back to people like Billy Slater more recently, Matthew Ridge, when they brought in a rule, or they interpreted a rule differently under the heading of indiscriminate kicking. It's a try to South Sydney. So we've got a conversion now to level the game and more than likely send us into golden point.
And I've got to say, Adam Dewey's last kick wasn't a great one, and now he's got an opportunity to even the scores up. Brad Fittler.
This was on the back of some great defence down the other end by the Bunnies. The Dogs are a little bit disappointed they couldn't come up with points, and all of a sudden, within the space of one set, Adam Dewey gets a chance to draw the scores level. What a moment.
He's 18 metres in. He's 18 metres out.
Just hold, Aaron.
Kicking to the southern end to level the match with 5 to go. His kick is wide. His kick is wide. Wow. 16 plays 14. And young Adam Dewey.
Arms are up.
You've got to feel for the young man.
Of course you have.
Now, Aaron, square the
Pressure
tape.
cooker situation. In his third first grade game, and
Off the arm, Michael.
he just scuffed it. He just didn't get it right.
Dewey, he went to go short, then he's dummied and looking to get Gagai into a hole.
And somehow they've got to get more football to Dane Gagai, South Sydney.
Well, it's not as though Gagai hasn't gone looking for it either, Peter. He's put himself there. Here's Souths. That's Tom Burgess. 25 out. It's a never say die finish from South. Ball didn't touch the ground. Now Sutton to the 10. Got the ball away to Crichton, or is it Murray? They're over South. They've hit the front. He's gone straight and pointed to the spot. I think it was Murray. I thought for a moment it was Crichton.
Yeah. They do look similar, but I think it's the number 13, Cameron Murray, who took advantage of some good lead-up play. Big Burgess on the Harvey Norman replay, scattered the defence, quick play the ball, and Damien Cook kept the football alive. John Sutton throws the dummy, select little pass there in between a couple of big men, and Murray scores adjacent to the posts. And young Dewey will be feeling much, much better about things now, and he'll take as long as he wants with this conversion.
Well, this has been a miracle get out of jail. That last surge from one end of the paddock to the other, and then a typical Burgess run, not from Sam but from Tom, has laid the platform. And look at the South Sydney box. Anthony Seibold.
Isn't he a player, this young man, Cameron Murray? Wow. That spider cam showed the way he put himself into space between Clemmer and Tuilau. just held his run to perfection, then punched through the gap. Here's Dewey.
He hasn't missed this time. And look at over in the bleachers. They're kissing and they're cuddling. I told you earlier today it was the kennel up against the burrow. And now it looks like everybody wants to be in the burrow. There's the try scorer. I'll be honest with you, I didn't have a clue which it was, Crichton or Murray, but it was Cameron grabbing the try. Has it carried them to victory? Shallow restart. Well done down there by Gagai. He's a quality player, isn't he?
Oh, world class.
Here's Crichton. Driving it out, outside the 40. South End with John Sutton. 1 3/4 minutes to go. Here's Murray again. Gains another 10. Fourth tackle gone. Sam Burgess lunges himself at the defence. 27 out. And here comes the kick. It's with Dewey and he rolls it into touch. Trying to wind this clock down. Canterbury rushing to pack a scrum. So the clock will stop now. There's a minute to go.
Okay, you can stand up.
A minute for Canterbury
Don't leave the scrum.
to perform their own miracle.
Trying to think where they go, the Dogs.
Wait till it's out here. Wait till
The
it's
Morris
out.
twins hold the coup on the left
Clock is
side
still
here.
going. Clock is still going. Okay, bring it in. Will.
Sydney viewers,
Okay, clock off.
news will follow this football match, this football classic in many ways.
Damien up, John.
Woods. So many mistakes and errors and stories to be told out of this Good Friday match again between the Rabbits and the Dogs. Foran goes back to Marshall King. Faitala Mariner, he gets away from Heimel Hunt. He goes back and he picks up a runner over there in the 16. It's Tuilau. He'll play it on halfway. This is the fourth tackle we're playing. There's 25 seconds left on the clock. Canterbury are down by 4. Away to Foran now. He crosses the 40. Marshall King, Faitala Mariner. He puts in a kick. Johnston's got it covered. Johnston has got it all covered up. And South Sydney will take the prize. Their first in 4 years on a Good Friday from memory. 20 points to 16.